Call me old-fashioned, but I follow the Wayland Vickers mantra. I love it when the weather's an opponent. Pilots are in place and the ships are set.
3, 2, 1, go.
And away we go. New Horizon is really proving itself to be a thinking man's racetrack.
Checkpoint.
There is some exemplary flying happening here today. A real treat.
Checkpoint.
Oh!
Contact. Scan initiated.
Checkpoint.
With the season rapidly approaching, it's going to be interesting to see who, if anyone, really establishes themselves as a racer to watch. No!
Checkpoint.
I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Perfecting the foundations of racing will always dominate tech. Everything is looking neat and tidy as these pilots show off why they're the best in the Empire. I've never seen anything like this. This is a clinic of precision and skill.
Checkpoint.
Now it's a race. The pilots leading this race have to be wondering, is this the time to play cautious, or is it the time to really go for it? Well, I'll be damned.
Checkpoint.
Come on!
Contact. Scan initiated.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Their competition is being absolutely dominated right now.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
The leader is simply outmatching everyone. It's like they're on a whole other level.
Checkpoint.
Look at that precision flying.
Checkpoint.
Well, there are no guarantees in Murray Cup, but this race is starting to look like a sure thing.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Now it's a race.
Checkpoint.
Their competition is being absolutely dominated right now.
Checkpoint. Lap
Mark
complete.
that, lap done.
Checkpoint.
The MTR's recently implemented enhanced safety protocols are on full display. Sure, it makes the race a little less exciting, but I guess some people would argue that
Checkpoint.
that's worth the price of saving some lives. Not me per se, but some people.
Checkpoint.
If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Perfecting the foundations of racing will always dominate tech.
Checkpoint.
I've never seen anything like this. This is a
Checkpoint.
clinic of precision and skill.
Checkpoint.
With a racetrack this huge, it can sometimes be difficult for pilots to get a full handle on the pace.
Checkpoint.
It's outstanding that these pilots have been able to maintain this pace.
Checkpoint.
Look at that precision flying.
Checkpoint.
The pilots leading this race have to be wondering, is this the time to play it cautious, or is it the time to really go for it?
Checkpoint.
Look at it!
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
After Chaos Sonora's qualifier win at Issingham last week, everyone's
Checkpoint.
asking if any of today's competition will knock her out of the top slot. The leader is simply outmatching
Checkpoint.
everyone. It's like they're on a whole other level. With barely meters to spare and at these intense speeds, those rings pose a significant risk. Everything is looking neat and tidy as these pilots show off why they're the best in the Empire. There is some exemplary flying happening here today, a real treat. Couldn't argue for better conditions to race in, I suppose. Call me old-fashioned, but I follow the Wayland Vickers mantra. I love it.
Checkpoint. Final
You'll often hear people grunting about max engine output,
Checkpoint.
but give me precise maneuvering thrusters any day.
Checkpoint.
Well, it's the final lap. This is where you start to see just how good these pilots' engineering crews are. The ships have been taking a beating. The pilots leading this race have to be wondering, is this the time to play it cautious, or is it the time to really go for it?
Checkpoint.
What the hell? New Horizon is really proving itself to be a thinking man's racetrack. Excellent!
Checkpoint.
I've never seen anything like this. This is a clinic of precision and skill.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
Well, there are no guarantees in Murray Cup, but this race is starting to look like a sure thing.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
To the pilots in this race, I ask, can you go faster? And if yes, then
Checkpoint.
please go faster. With barely meters to spare and at these intense speeds, those rings pose a significant risk.
Initiated.
No!
Checkpoint.
As an announcer, it's important that I remain
Checkpoint.
impartial. But as a race fan, I've got to say, I hope somebody crashes soon.
Checkpoint.
The competition is being absolutely dominated right now.
Checkpoint.
It's outstanding that these pilots have been able to maintain this pace.
Checkpoint.
Look at that precision flying.
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. Perfecting the foundations of racing will always dominate tech.
Checkpoint.
The leader is simply outmatching everyone. It's like they're on a whole other level.
Checkpoint.
Everything is looking neat and tidy as these pilots show off why they're the best in the Empire.
Checkpoint.
Well, there are no guarantees in Murray Cup, but this race is starting to look like a sure thing.
Checkpoint.
I've never seen anything like this. This is a clinic of
Complete.
precision.
You have won the race.
And the ships clear a lap. Remember where you were this day, race fans. Your grandkids are going to be asking about it. Today's race is turning out to be a real stick breaker.